Finally, I'm almost out of this crypt. But this isn't the world I remember. At least this guy is familiar. And that pulsing rhythm. Wait, I think I was called here for a purpose. It looks like I've got work to do. And this time, I have help.
Hey everybody, I'm ZeldaMaster, and in this video I want to talk about Cadence of Hyrule. This is an upcoming Zelda spin-off created by the indie developers who made Crypt of the Necrodancer. And yes, you heard that right, indie developers. That means Nintendo has partnered up with an indie developer to make an upcoming Zelda spin-off, and that is so exciting for Nintendo and the Legend of Zelda future as a whole, because that means hopefully Nintendo will partner up with more indie developers to make other games with their main IPs, from Zelda to Mario to anything like that, because this is something I've been wanting to see for a while. I see so many indie games inspired from the Legend of Zelda, so seeing Nintendo actually acknowledge indie developers and, you know, collab with them to make a game is so awesome. Like, I got so excited seeing this. Even though this game might not be my cup of tea, this is something I'm going to be playing on the channel and get completely into. Essentially, this game is Crypt of the Necrodancer, featuring The Legend of Zelda, which creates Cadence of Hyrule. So it will be its own Zelda spin-off slash Crypt of the Necrodancer spin-off, but it will be all about The Legend of Zelda, somewhat similar to how Hyrule Warriors was, which it was created by Koei Tecmo, who normally do Dynasty Warriors type games, and they made a Zelda Warriors, which was known as Hyrule Warriors. So I really like that concept, making Zelda into other spin-offs, pretty much, you know, giving us more Zelda. How I see it is, if it's a new Zelda game, it's more Zelda, and I appreciate it. Not every Zelda game has to be the Breath of the Wild, the magnum opus of their, you know, games. I feel like we should get a lot more in-between Zelda games that are just for fun, from spin-offs to remakes to anything really. Like, this is something I'm really excited for, and this game looks super fun. Now, I've never played Crypt of the Necrodancer, but I will be playing it now. I have to. It's essentially a rhythm game, and this game will be featuring 25 Zelda tracks, so Cadence of Hyrule is also going to be a rhythm game that will have 25 specific Zelda tracks within it, which is super excited because I have no idea what will be featured. The trailer alone was super hype with its music, so I can't imagine what other tracks we'll be getting, but you know, you can suggest what you might think we'll be getting in the comments. I'd love to get ideas. Overall, when this game does come out, I'll be Let's Playing it for you guys, hopefully 100%ing it, treating it like a Zelda game, because it is a Zelda spin-off at the end of the day, and it has Hyrule in its title, Cadence of Hyrule. Now, I believe Cadence is also the name of the main character from Crypt of the Necrodancer, and she is probably the only thing that stays from Crypt of the Necrodancer. Well, her and the shopkeeper, as she points that out in the trailer.
At least this guy is familiar.
Well, everything else will be Zelda related. As we can see, so many Zelda enemies, from the Bokoblins to the Dark Nuts to the Levers to the Like-Likes to the Lionels to the Peahats to the Poes. Like, there are so many enemies from the Zelda series, as well as Link and Zelda are literally in the game. Like, we're going to be able to play as Link and Zelda with all their unique weapons. Even Zelda has Din's Fire and Nehru's Love as some of her abilities. Link has his sword, of course, what I believe to be is the Master Sword, the bow. Zelda has the rapier. Like, there's so many references, and it's so cool to see it in the pixel art style. Like, a lot of indie games usually go for this style, and I believe it's also cheaper, and aesthetically it looks really, really nice. Like, don't get me wrong, like, if the game is pixel art, I'm excited. I get nostalgic. I think of GBA graphics. I think of just your old school Nintendo games. This is something I love to see, and seeing Link and Zelda in this style, seeing all of these worlds reimagined in that style is so exciting. Like, this game shows so many Zelda references from all the areas, even the bosses. Like, there are Armonites and the Gleeok from Zelda 1, like, even that exists within this game. So I can't imagine what other Zelda bosses we'll be getting, what other Zelda enemies, what other Zelda references, what other Zelda music. Like, this is so exciting. This is something I've been wanting for so long. Like I said, I will take any Zelda game, especially if it's something like this that will showcase many references from many other Zelda games and kind of mash it up into one. That is something that I am really excited for. It's kind of like Hyrule Warriors. We'll see if it's any better. Probably not. Hyrule Warriors had so much content to it, but don't get me wrong, I'm excited for this game, and I'm going to be playing the original as soon as possible just to get a feel of this rhythm style game, because I know it will be a bit difficult, you know, first starting it. Obviously, it has its own rhythm and thing you have to get into. Something I don't normally play, but I love music, I love video games, so I feel like this is the perfect blend and the perfect game to really get me into it. But yeah, essentially why I want to talk about this video, outside of all the references and overall updating you guys on this exciting brand new game that is coming out for, specifically I believe, the Nintendo Switch, because it is, you know, featuring Zelda characters. It would have been cool to see it like on Steam or something, but I think Nintendo prefers just to stay with all of their IPs on their actual console, and this has Zelda in it, so I don't think they're gonna have it go to anything else, let alone, you know, on PC or anything like that. But nonetheless, seeing Nintendo actually go this route is something super exciting moving forward for Zelda and Nintendo as a whole, because hopefully Nintendo starts doing this more often, where they partner up with indie developers. They've already let so many indie games onto their Nintendo Switch, which is a lot different than how they normally handle their platforms. Normally there wasn't too many games that would get on, especially indie developed games, but I guess times have changed and there are so many games worth giving a shot, especially on the Switch. The Switch is like an amazing place to play a bunch of indie games on the go. It's awesome. It's pretty much like, I guess, anyone's dream to like be able to play any game on the go, you know, full-on games just like these ones. I mean, I'd say this game could have probably ran on the 3DS, but obviously it's going to perform so much better. It'll get way more screen resolution, and you'll be able to enjoy it more with it being on the Switch, as you can play it big screen or on the go, and that's what makes the Switch so awesome. It's kind of crazy to see Nintendo even announce 3DS titles, but they still are, of course. Luckily, these upcoming 2 Zelda games for the Switch are only for the Switch, and they're coming out this year. From this game coming out later this spring to obviously the Link's Awakening remake that's also coming out. Overall, I'm glad Nintendo's focusing just to release these games onto the Switch. But that's a little aside the point. My whole point is it's just awesome to see Nintendo actually take this route, like I mentioned, because this can be something huge moving forward. I can name so many indie games, so many Zelda-like games I've played on the channel that I feel like would go really nice with some type of Zelda influence, or, you know, anything like that. And if Nintendo ever does collab with any developers like that, that'd be really exciting. Obviously, we don't know, maybe this is like a one-time deal, but just overall having this be a thing is something that raises a lot of questions, and overall gets me personally really excited for what's to come, because I really hope we get similar things to this, even from Mario to Kirby to any game really. Like, I love to take any Nintendo IP and see them on indie games like this. There's so many good indie games that can use a spotlight, and pretty much now I'm going to be playing Crypt of the Necrodancer because Nintendo announced that Zelda will be featured in it, and it will be getting its own Zelda spin-off. So now I'm a fan of whatever this game was, and I will be playing the crap out of it. So overall, introduces a huge audience to a game that maybe didn't have a lot of spotlight, and one of those games might have been Crypt of the Necrodancer. It's honestly a game I never heard of, but I realized it's already on the Switch, so I immediately bought it, downloaded it, and yeah, I'm going to be playing the crap out of it, hopefully getting good at it for when this game comes out, Cadence of Hyrule, to master it. But yeah, overall, I just thought I'd make a discussion video kind of talking about my opinions on this, because this is kind of something we didn't really imagine. I feel like overall, this year has been a bit different in terms of Zelda, from getting a Marshmallow-styled remake known as Link's Awakening for the Switch, to now getting an indie-styled rhythm-based Zelda game, literally created by an indie company. Those are 2 big things I feel like for the series as a whole, and it really makes me excited for what's to come, because I really do hope that Nintendo moving forward does more of this, or just doesn't feel like every Zelda game has to be, like I said, a magnum opus, the next biggest thing. I would love more simple Zelda games like this, just more spin-offs, anything, more remakes even. Hopefully we can get like a Zelda 1, Zelda 2 remake, anything like that. But yeah, Cadence of Hyrule is something I'm super excited for. Let me know what you guys think of it, if this is something you're going to play. Maybe not. I feel like this is a game that a lot of people might just end up ignoring because it is a rhythm game. which, you know, might throw a lot of people off. You gotta really be into that style of game. Even myself, I'm not really into it, but since it has Zelda, I changed my whole opinion on it. This will be like the only rhythm game I'm gonna get super into, and I have to get into because it is Zelda, so I can't miss out. Yes, I am that petty and I'm that obsessed with the Zelda series that I have to play it all the way through just because of that reason. But yeah, overall, from just looking at the trailer, I'm gonna have the trailer just constantly repeating so you can enjoy the beautiful graphics with your eyes and the, you know, the art style that they have for both Link and Zelda, as well as, I believe, Cadence, the main character. You know, you see her come and stumble onto Hyrule, not knowing what's going on, and apparently Link and Zelda will meet her. And overall, just thinking of this story and what they could add and all of these characters that will be put in items is so exciting, let alone the music that we'll be getting featured from it. I really hope they feature tracks from, you know, more recent Zelda titles. Obviously, they're going to make them sound more old school to have the, you know, kind of vibe with the game. Obviously, the game is completely pixelated, and it has that somewhat 16-bit style sounding music that just overall sounds like old school video games, and that's something I would love to hear on, you know, newer Zelda tracks, you know, kind of sounding like this to fit within the game. I really can't wait for what's to come and what tracks we'll get. I'd say the track I want the most that I feel like would really fit would be maybe like a rendition of Hyrule Castle. I'm sure they're gonna give us that. There's no way they wouldn't. Or something else that would be really awesome. I would say outside of like you know, Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild, there's not too many tracks that are really upbeat, but if I were to pick one in Breath of the Wild that I would love to see, like outside of Hyrule Castle, it would be like Cass's theme. They redid Cass's theme in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it sounded so hype. I would love to see something like that. Overall, I just hope we get tracks from later Zelda games, from Breath of the Wild to even Skyward Sword to Twilight Princess. Don't get me wrong, if they focus only on old school Zelda titles, it will still sound super amazing, but just all of these new Zelda references we're going to be getting in this game is going to be super hype, and I'll be making plenty of videos of Cadence of Hyrule, to all the musical references, to all the characters shown within the game. From, you know, already this trailer we've seen so many references to so many different enemies, on top of just overall playing through the game and guiding you guys. Like, I'm going to treat this like an actual Zelda game. Even though it is a spin-off, I'm still going to treat it like one because it features Link, it features Zelda, it has Hyrule in the title. To me, it is officially kinda sorta a Zelda game, so I gotta play it now, guys, pretty much. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this game. There's not really too much to talk about, as it was a short trailer already about an existing game, just showcasing new Zelda references in its style of gameplay. Hopefully as time goes on, maybe we'll get another trailer. Even if we don't, as soon as the game comes out, I can't wait to explore it all the way through and see everything we get from all the references to everything else. But again, I would love to know what you guys think of this game. I feel like this is a great thing moving forward for Nintendo. I would love to see more. I would love to see even smaller references. Like, they don't have to completely give their IP away like this. Even small stuff like how when Nintendo got Bayonetta on, you know, Nintendo consoles only, they gave Bayonetta a Link outfit or a Peach outfit, or like simple stuff like that. That'd be really cool to play Rhyme and have a, you know, boy in green outfit, because Rhyme is a game that reminds me so much of Zelda and was a really good game and is on the Switch, and it'd be cool to have Nintendo kind of, you know, give certain exclusives for their Switch version. Like, if you buy the indie game for the Switch, you get this exclusive thing. And they've done this before, somewhat, sorta, with Diablo. If you get Diablo 3 on the Switch, you can get Ganondorf as, I believe, one of the classes, maybe the Necromancer, I don't know, Necrodancer, Necromancer, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm thinking of that because Crypt the Necrodancer. Regardless, just small things like that, whether it's indie or not indie, just seeing Nintendo give away their IP for certain exclusives on the Switch seems like a great way to get people to buy the game again on the console and to enjoy some small feature. It's not like it's going to be game breaking. This is probably a big thing when it comes to Zelda, but like the previous thing mentioned, like the Diablo, you know, Ganon set thing, doesn't really mean much, and a lot of people won't really care for it, but there are a lot of people who literally buy it, including myself, who bought it just for that reason. So yeah, hopefully with other indie games that are exclusive to Nintendo Switch, we get stuff like that. I believe in Starlink, you can only have Star Fox and his crew in the Switch version, but Starlink is for other consoles, so that's another really cool thing. And you know, that isn't necessarily an indie game, but you get my point. Overall, just seeing Nintendo kind of be more lenient with their IPs and not feel like it's only for, you know, specific Nintendo games. Like, it'd be so nice to see them on other games that are for the Nintendo consoles, but just, you know, handled by other people and being able to appreciate it in a different light from this, you know, rhythm game. This is a game I don't think we'd ever appreciate a Zelda game like, but now we're getting it, and I'm so excited for it. So I cannot wait for Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necrodancer, featuring The Legend of Zelda. That's like the full title, but we're just gonna call it Cadence of Hyrule because essentially what the title is. But yeah, let me know what you guys think again of the references, overall having a Zelda game like this, it being a spin-off, what's to come for the indie scene with Nintendo as a whole. The Switch has so many indie games. Maybe this won't be the first, maybe we'll be getting plenty more. I really do hope for that, but I just want to kind of bring all of these ideas to the table, kind of get what you guys think. Like I said, this is a discussion, so I like to kind of talk about it and get your guys' opinions overall, just kind of, you know, see what you guys think. You guys can know what I think, and we can kind of just move forward maybe in an upcoming video with the new ideas we have. But let me know what you guys think of my opinions. Again, what you think of your opinions in the comments below. And yeah, how excited you are for this game. I'm super excited. I'll be doing so many videos on it, so look forward to it. Really, anything Zelda related, you can always expect that with me. So yeah, look forward to a bunch of Cadence of Hyrule videos. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and again, let me know what you think in the comments below. But as always, I've been ZeldaMaster, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!